the criminal justice system, the people,
Pimps, addicts, thieves, bums, winos, girls who can't keep an address, and men who don't care.
are represented by two separate yet equally important groups.
A cop, a flatfoot, a bull, a dick, John Law. You're the fuzz, the heat. You're poison, you're trouble, you're bad news.
These are their stories.
Well, it is a warning that's going out to high-profile athletes through the world of social media. They connect with their fans, but the FBI is sending a warning. It's a memo to sports leagues saying that athletes should avoid becoming victims. Victims, you say? How could that be? They are warning that star athletes who display valuables on social media are vulnerable to burglars who are familiar with their often public travel schedules.
Mm-hmm.
The Bureau issuing this best practices memo as part of a long-standing practice of communicating with private businesses about crime trends. And it's called a liaison information report, and it is urging the leagues to advise athletes to limit imagery of valuables like cash, jewels, electronics, public accounts, expensive cars. Keep your bling under the roof. Keep the bling quiet. Star athletes and their loved ones have become victims of burglaries this year. You'll remember Travis Kelce, quarterback Patrick Mahomes, both from the Kansas City Chiefs. Milwaukee Bucks forward Bobby Portis Jr., Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. Say it ain't so. Luka in Dallas from the Dallas Mavericks. And the fiance of Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. All hit by thieves.
Well, it makes perfect sense that, you give all the thieves all the information they need when you'll be out of town, what you got.
Exactly.
It's like laying out an invitation.
That's exactly right. In South Korea, the court has issued an arrest warrant for the embattled president, Yoon Suk Yeol. It's the first time a sitting South Korean president has faced an arrest warrant, and the dramatic news showdown between investigators and the president came the same day extraordinary new details emerged of the night that Yoon tried to shutter Parliament. We talked about it here. He was stripped of his presidential powers after South Korea's Parliament voted to impeach him earlier this month. Well, South Korea's anti-corruption agency is after him. The arrest warrant issued after Yoon, who is a former prosecutor himself, had refused to answer summonses by investigators in recent weeks asking for his cooperation. So now he is a wanted man. This from the world of the Senate. A senator's son has now been sentenced over killing a deputy in a 100-mile-an-hour car chase. It was the son of a sitting Republican senator sentenced to 28 years for killing a sheriff's deputy after a 100-mile-an-hour meth-fueled car chase. Ian Kramer, 43, whose father, you see there, Kevin Kramer, is the two-term Republican junior senator from North Dakota, crashed into Deputy Paul Martin's cruiser after escaping a hospital where his mother had taken him for mental health treatment. And he drove 70 miles at high speed across the state. This is earlier in 2023, actually. It's the end of last year. So the case has been percolating all this time, but the sentencing just happened. He was sentenced to 38 years and then got 10 years suspended for homicide while fleeing a peace officer, preventing arrest, reckless endangerment. I don't know why they suspended 10 years, but they did. In any case, he gets 28 years in prison, and he was just sentenced this week. No consequences for Donald Trump. Special counsel Jack Smith withdraws from the appeal of classified documents case against Trump's co-defendants. He's withdrawn the appeal of the classified documents case against President-elect Donald Trump and co-defendants, referred in the case to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida. So let me just, on the one hand, I would say this. Yes, Jack Smith has withdrawn that case, but he hasn't completely erased that case. He dropped it with the Southern District of Florida. I will talk to David Katz on Thursday about what that means. Let me just give you a preview, though. It means that the case isn't over. Now, you may say, well, look, Mark, as a practical matter, the guy's going to be president, doesn't have to face any of the legal stuff, and he's probably not going to have to face this. Yeah, but the wheels of justice potentially grind on in a case that I always felt was the easiest case to make. The guy jacked thousands of documents from the White House, moved them to Mar-a-Lago, at minimum Mar-a-Lago, maybe Mar-a-Lago, Bedminster, Trump Tower, etc. And then, when asked to return them, he actively hid them and helped engineer the effort to defeat the subpoena by moving the documents, claiming that he returned them all. So it's a very straightforward case. That's why I wanted that case to get out there into the public initially, early on. It never did because the concierge judge in Florida, Eileen Cannon, essentially buried it for Donald Trump. But what Jack Smith is doing is he is dropping the appeal, that is to say, leaving the appeal with the Southern District. And so the appeal continues potentially with the Southern District of Florida. But as I say, we'll talk to David Katz about what that would actually mean and the future of that entire situation regarding Trump and regarding being held to account in some way, either for Trump or his henchmen on that case. And that is Law and Disorder.
Tune in again next time for more Law and Disorder on The Mark Thompson Show.
All right, that's it. Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.